Good morning. It is the 2nd of March. It has been a minute since I've recorded a vlog, and that's okay. I traveled for work and it was great. It went really well. I wasn't afraid to be on the airplanes. Something about me is before I had my son, I had been on so many airplanes. Like, I flew all the time, domestically and one time internationally, and like it was just like a ride on the bus, getting on an airplane. And then I had my son, and I was terrified of flying on airplanes, and it's still been just such a strange experience, because intellectually I know it's fine to be on an airplane, and I've been on a lot of airplanes, and so that's actually something I've been wrestling with for over 2 years now. I've still gone on airplanes. Like, we've flown with my son 3 times now, and then I've flown by myself twice now on 2 trips, I think, maybe more, since having him. So I'm still going on airplanes, but I get so anxious, like I have to breathe through it, and I try to distract myself as much as I can. I even contemplating like getting a drink this time, which I didn't. And I'm glad that I really didn't have to breathe through it or have a whole, dramatic experience. I just was a little nervous and prayed, and it was really not that bad. So I am so grateful for that. I don't know if part of that was, I don't know, hormonal. Like, after you have a baby, your whole body is completely different. And so I don't know if that was affecting parts of my brain and it wasn't just with airplanes. I was just so afraid of so many things. For example, I was very adventurous. Before I had a child, I went skydiving, jumped off cliffs into water, and went snorkeling and surfing and all these things. Really fun. But like, for example, when he was 5 months old, we went to Hawaii, which was awesome. But the same beach that I had snorkeled on like so many times 3 years prior or so, I would not even go in the water past my shins. I was like so scared. I don't want to snorkel. My husband was snorkeling. He was like, come on, it's awesome. No, that would not be happening. So I'm just so grateful that my trip went well, and that the airplane thing wasn't a big deal. And I feel like I don't know if that's part of my self-image right now. I mean, I've been working on it for a long time. Like, I know that airplanes are no big deal, and it's okay it's safe to travel, and yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. I'm just really hoping that that's going to become a norm again, where flying is not a big deal to me. So anyways, sorry for that rant. The traveling went well, and I'm glad I'm pressing play this morning, because I don't want to. Yeah, I am not sure what to talk about. I mean, that's kind of my theme. I feel like that's been a theme for each one, is like, I just don't know what to say. But then I start talking, and and that's not the point. The point is getting comfortable in front of the camera and sticking to this even when it's uncomfortable, even when I don't want to, and putting myself out there and that sort of thing. So anyways, when I came back, I was sick the rest of the week. So just stayed home and rested, and it was awesome. Like, to just not work for 3 days and just clean the house or not clean the house and just rest. And then I wrote a blog post, sent out a newsletter. I think I fixed some of the links on YouTube, and I started a Substack, which I had started a Substack account months ago and I loved it, and then I kind of freaked out and deleted it. So I just brought that one. I actually didn't delete it. I just like deleted the app, and just for months I was like, no, I won't be doing that. But I actually really liked it. And so I downloaded the app again and reopened my account on Substack, and I'm loving it, and I'm excited to just kind of go with the flow on that. I don't have to have a content calendar or anything like that. It's just an outlet to engage with other writers and people who are creative, and it's less about, my experience so far on there has been less about selling stuff and less about like how beautiful your life is in a materialistic way, like Instagram. I just don't feel good after I've been on Instagram. But Substack has been really just, I don't know, pure and just relaxing and inspiring. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep trying that out, and yeah, I think it's just more in alignment with what I'm trying to do with my blog. And I've started writing my book, and so there are a lot of writers on Substack, and so that's kind of fun. They, it's just like that culture. I don't know. Anyways, something that I'm working through is okay, rewind. Before my travel for work, the 3 weeks before that, I was kind of having a little bit of a meltdown. Just like it felt like a mini life crisis for 3 weeks, where I was like just feeling so unsafe, not because I wasn't safe physically, but just my brain was so uncomfortable with the growth and the stretching and what I'm trying to do with my business and my blog, but also working full time, and I love my job. And there's that like tension, and it's still here. There's still this tension, but one, tension can be positive. It's okay that there's positive tension there. And but I was like, there can't be any tension whatsoever. And so I was kind of freaking out, like it's all or nothing. I either have a blog and a business, or I work full time. I can't do both. And I was kind of freaking out in that way. And what I've, like, over the last 3 days of taking off work, I have been really journaling and sitting with the idea that they can coexist. I can work full time and I can have my blog and my business, and they don't have to hurt each other or take away from each other. Honestly, they kind of feed each other, because I learned so many great skills in my full-time job, and I'm very committed to that, and I love it. And then also my business and my blog, I love it. And it fills me up, which then allows me to show up more excited in my full-time job, and they just feed into each other. And so I'm just working with letting them coexist and not fighting that tension, because it could be a positive, healthy tension. So I am going to run again today. I have not ran. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's been more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks since I've ran. We don't need to think about it. What's important is that we run today and run moving forward. So I packed my gym bag, and my plan is to run. My plan is to run before I pick up my son from daycare. And I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't run in a long time, and I'm really committed to this marathon, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's on April 25th, so you guys, that's less than 2 months. That's less than 2 months. I think it's gonna be awesome, and honestly, I'm not doubting that I can do it. I know that I can. I just don't want my body to be in too much shock. I want to steward my body and train for it, and help it be a positive experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into running again. And something that's undecided is when to do my long runs or when to run on the weekends. So right now, during the week, I know when I'm running, but I really feel like I don't have as much time as I would like, or I want to be outside running, whereas during the week I'm just on a treadmill. I just run on a treadmill. So I want to get outside because the weather's getting warmer and it's so beautiful out. I'm really grateful for that. So I want to start running at like a park, or there's this trail that's like 11 miles or something. And I want to just start running there, but I haven't made the decision of when. So that's just one of the things that I want to decide, because it's taking up mental energy. Every weekend, I'm like, oh man, I could be running, or oh, I should be running. But I never made the decision of when to run or where to run. So that's one of the decisions that needs to be made right now. One thing that I did this weekend that was so great. I went through my camera roll and found pictures of all of my past vision boards. I used to make vision boards all the time, and they were so much fun. I just love like pretty pictures and making collages, and it's very crafty and fun. And I used to have vision board parties. Actually, in high school and college, I used to have vision board parties where I would get poster board for everyone who's coming, and I had a ton of magazines. I would just collect them. Like, people were getting rid of them, they were free, or they were at the thrift store, like a whole box for 25 cents or something like that. I had so many magazines. And get some scissors and glue sticks, and then everybody comes over and makes their own vision board, and it's so much fun. You can have pizza and snacks, or not. It was just so much fun getting the girls together and just doing a craft and talking, and then everybody had something to take home. Honestly, I should have another one. Just for fun, just because it's really fun getting together and making fun things. So anyways, I went through my camera roll and found all of my previous vision boards that I had made. And what I did is I got my journal and I just wrote down what I saw in the vision boards. Like one had a cruise ship, one had a wedding ring, and then quotes like sugar-free body, or like, just there's all kinds of really fun, like really great quotes in there. And also there's material things, and also just like lifestyle things like running, working out, eating healthy, or just being with family, or reading Bible, stuff like that. So I just wrote down everything that I saw on all the previous vision boards. And what was so cool is then I went through and I put a check mark by all the things that I feel like I have adopted or experienced. And that was so cool. I got to put check marks on half of the things, and that was just awesome. For example, I got married, so I got a wedding ring, and we went on a cruise to Alaska. I had horses in the word Colorado there, and years ago, and it was before I made this vision board, or no, I made the vision board, and then after, probably like 2 years after, I rode horses. I went horseback riding in Colorado, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. You know, I had like pictures of Hawaii. I did an internship in Hawaii. Gosh, there's so many examples, so many fun things, and I'll make a blog post about it to share all of these things. It's just so cool because lately I've been complaining a lot, and it's really getting on my nerves how much I'm complaining, because it makes me feel like I'm ungrateful, or I have done so much that I had hoped to do years ago. And like, did I just discount that? You know, I feel like every time I'm complaining, I'm forgetting that I have made